What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Smart Choice Football Podcast. I am your host, Tom Gorski, and Jerry Lida is also with me today. And together, we are smartchoicefootball.com. What's going on, Jerry?
What's going on, Thomas? We're sitting here for the first time, recording our first podcast. I'm excited.
Yes, we are. It's an exciting moment in our lives.
Yes, it is. I've been looking forward to it. So, you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. Let's just give everyone let's just tell them what it's about. So basically, I'm Tom. This is Jerry. We're not based off the cartoon, in case you were wondering.
I'm not a mouse.
Yes, you are not a mouse. But basically, Smart Choice Football, it is a website we are coming up with. And what's going to be involved in the website is specific sports articles. And we're going to be including podcasts, scouting reports, mock drafts, anything that any fan at home will want to see in a website, we will include.
If you're a football fan, you're going to be a fan of our website. We're going to have everything you need. We're going to have all your draft info. We're going to have your mock drafts. We're going to have our analysis, breakdowns of all the players. We're going to go position by position and break it down for you, give you guys what you need to know coming into the draft. We're going to give you guys fantasy football insight. We're going to give you rankings. We're going to give you up-to-date rankings every week. You guys are going to get the best info from us here, and we're going to give you podcasts on top of it.
Love it. I'm sold. But all right, so this is going to be our first video of our YouTube channel, and that's where we're starting off. Eventually, we're going to be uploading to Apple Music, and we will also be adding to Spotify, and there will also be a link in the website once the website's officially up. So let's just get right
that
off.
Website is a work in process, just so you guys know. We will let you know once it is up and running. So.
First podcast, first everything. It's always going to be a little struggle. But I think we're going to get the hang of it. It's just going to take some time, so everyone please just stay with us.
Bear with us, and I tell you, we're all going to have a good time.
Yeah, we're going to have a great time.
That's the goal here. We're all here to have a good time.
Talking football. I mean, come on. Who doesn't want to talk football? All right, actually, so let's just get right off into it. So this episode is going to be about the NFL playoff recap. So we're going to start off. Let's just talk about the wild card rounds. The Texans defeated the Bills 22-19 in overtime. The Titans defeated the Patriots 20-13. The Minnesota Vikings defeated the New Orleans Saints 26-20 in overtime, and the Seahawks defeated the Eagles 17-9 as well. So, give me your thoughts, breakdown of the wild card matchups from the wild card round.
Yeah. So first off, first thing that jumps out, I think, to everybody is the Titans beating the Patriots. I think
that was unbelievable.
That was something that most people didn't see coming. Derrick Henry just took that game over.
He's a monster. He's gonna get such a fat contract, bro.
The rushing leader took over as the king, and he showed
Henry.
He showed that Tom Brady may no longer be as big a factor in this league.
You know, I hate people who say that. Like, everyone wants to blame Tom Brady.
I'm not saying I'm blaming Tom Brady for them losing.
Or like the dynasty's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone, like after that game, you remember everyone said the dynasty's over. Blah 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 blah. I'm like, Brady's throwing to some dude named N'Keal Harry. I mean, obviously I know who he is. He's from Arizona. He was a first round pick. But it's like Edelman's banged up. You have no Gronk. No, James White's not a factor anymore.
They had James. I don't know why James White wasn't a factor, to be honest with you. They did not use James White at the end of the year nearly how they've ever used James White in the past.
It's because they used to have like all these weapons around Brady that would kind of open it up for James White. And Sony Michel, Slow Rock Michel, the dude can outrun. The dude's running a 4.7 flat. I don't know what happened. He was so dominant in the playoffs last year, and boom, he just completely fell off out of nowhere.
I don't know what happened to Sony Michel, but Sony Michel is not somebody I'm excited about going forward.
No.
But outside of the Patriots, I think another game that really struck me was that Texans-Bills game. I think Josh Allen really showed his inexperience there in that game.
He blew a 16-0 lead.
He in the first half he looked poised, he looked composed, he looked like a stud quarterback in this league for years to come, and it just all blew up for him.
Yeah, that's where the coaching kind of came into factor, because Bill O'Brien, he's been there before, where he's been in so many wild cards.
Yeah, he's been in so many games. Trust me, he's got the most experience in wild card games. I think of any coach.
And then you got Sean McDermott, who he got there with Tyrod Taylor, but that was just a fluke when they lost to the Jags. And the Bills, they're a year away.
The Bills have a bright future.
Yeah, they have one of the most brightest futures in the league, but they're just about a year away.
They're close. Singletary's going to break out next year.
Yeah, I think Singletary and Josh Allen both
Singletary may be a top 12 running back next year.
That's not as crazy as it sounds.
If Buffalo's offense takes a step up, I could see Devin Singletary.
Just get Josh Allen some weapons. Don't give him Cole Beasley's, John Brown.
John Brown was a top 20 receiver.
Yeah, I know, in fantasy football.
They got
him for a bargain. 3 years, $27 million.
And John Brown was their number one receiver. John Brown is like 5. I would have to look it out. John Brown is like 5'9", 190.
Yeah, well, who also runs 4.3 blazing speed.
But that's what I'm saying. They need to get a big. They need an X factor receiver.
Yeah, they had one. They passed on him like 2 or 3 times in DK Metcalf last year in the draft. They passed on him.
That's true.
Everyone passed on DK, which brings us to the Seattle game. That game was never really close, but I feel like once Carson Wentz went down, it was over. And I believe Josh McCown played the entire second half with a right torn hamstring, and somehow the Seahawks still snuck away. They always do.
That was nice to see Josh McCown play one last time. Personally, as a Bears fan, watching Josh McCown play, it was nice to see him one last time. But yeah, there was not really a lot to talk about from that game, just from my point of view. Marshawn had a last little hurrah here, but
that last throw to DK Metcalf to basically seal it, and then you got DK in the goes all around. He's like at Lincoln Financial Field. He's giving up the waving sign, saying bye to everyone. Bye-bye, as the Eagles fans are heartbroken.
Yeah,
as a Vikings fan, I actually like that because screw the Eagles.
Well,
38-7, never forget.
DK is definitely going to be a force in this league for years.
Yeah, he will. Then this will bring us to the Vikings. Vikings won in overtime, 26-20, and probably the most shocking wild card game upset in a very, very long time. I don't think anybody gave them a chance.
No, I mean, I know personally I didn't.
I'm a Vikings fan.
Game, and I
didn't.
I did not think that was going to happen. And what strikes me the most is I feel like Drew Brees had every opportunity to win.
He can't beat Father Time. You can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, Michael Thomas did not have the game you expected from him.
Kamara wasn't really a big factor.
Kamara was not a factor.
Brees wasn't even the best quarterback on his own team, let alone on the field. I mean, Taysom Hill, baby. Taysom Hill. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill needs to stay on the Saints because...
What can't he do?
I love watching that guy. He is fun to watch. I'll tell you that. Every time he is on the field, he is fun to watch.
Can line up a tight end, line up a wide receiver, fullback, quarterback, offensive line.
You know what would be fun?
I say have him coach.
If he wasn't on the Saints, where he would be fun at? He would be fun on the Patriots because...
You think so? I think he'd be fun on the Ravens.
He is the kind of guy that Bill Belichick would really have fun with.
Yeah, because, the Patriots, they had, Julian Edelman, and Edelman used to play quarterback at Kent State, and then he was, a 7th-round pick, and they switched him.
Edelman's thrown a couple touchdowns.
Yeah, he has. To Chris Hogan, specifically. But, yeah, the Vikings game, I think Kirk Cousins really shut up a lot of people. And then when we get into the divisional round here, I don't think that the Vikings shut up enough people. I feel like a lot of people just think, they just thought it was a fluke. That's why I really wanted them to beat the 49ers the next week. But yeah, but I don't feel like anyone is ever going to be sold on Cousins because his 0-9 record on Monday Night Football, the $84 million guaranteed. Everything, people, especially the media, they really just hate the guy.
You gotta think. The guy started his career off in Washington
as a 4th-round pick.
He started behind Robert Griffin III. So
it's just a nice story.
I think I see that side, but I feel like the media is taking the side of this guy was a Washington Redskins starting quarterback. He's a bum.
Yeah,
and that's how everyone kind of views him.
Yeah, I mean, it's not his fault that he came from...
He's never really been able to break away from that tag of just
it's
a bad fault. A quarterback on a bad team.
Yeah, he came from such a bad organization. They're so dysfunctional. They might be the worst franchise in the NFL. Just run. Dan Snyder's running that team to the ground.
I'm pretty sure I would have to look at the stat, but I saw something that the Redskins may have had the worst record in the past 10 years of any American sport.
They only won one Monday Night Football game even before Kirk Cousins even got there.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not his fault.
No. But getting back into that playoff game, I mean, I don't think anybody gave the Vikings a chance going into that
defense
49ers
stepped up.
game.
Mike Zimmer did his job. He coached for his job, in my opinion, that game. Because I
Yeah,
think there was a
he
real
did.
chance that if they lost that game in ugly fashion, that Monday or Tuesday, you would have heard Mike Zimmer relieved of his duties, and I think they would have hired Kevin Stefanski to be their head coach instead of having him go to the Cleveland Browns, because he left as OC to go to the Cleveland Browns, and I think they might have rolled the dice with Kevin because he's been there for 14 years.
Yeah, you never know, but it's not how it worked out, and Kevin's
Yep.
over in Cleveland now, so
Yeah.
we'll see how
I
Cleveland
like that.
turns out next
I like
year.
Kevin in Cleveland. I like that fit. Browns got all Browns fans out there. You guys got a good one.
Yeah, should have done it last year.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
getting back to the Titans
Divisional
round, taking
Titans,
down
big
the
talk again.
Ravens.
28-28.
And let me tell
12.
you,
Let's hear
the
it.
Ravens did not look like the same football team. They looked
No.
like a team that hasn't played football in about 3 or 4 weeks. And guess what? That's what they were.
You mean the Ravens?
The Ravens.
Oh.
That's what I.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry. That's
Yeah,
maybe I didn't.
yeah,
say
you said
that,
the
but-
Titans. Threw
No,
me
I
off
meant the
there.
Ravens. I said
Yeah,
the
no.
Ravens did not look like the Ravens.
That's why I would have played RG3, or I would have played Lamar Jackson at least a half against Pittsburgh, Week 17. I didn't want him to have 2 weeks of just doing absolutely nothing.
And it showed. You
Yeah.
can tell. And I think when that works is when you have Drew Brees.
Yeah, basically
And
a Hall
then,
of Fame
and then
quarterback.
give the guy 2 weeks off. You
Yeah,
know what?
no.
He's going to come back and he's going to be just fine. Lamar, this is his first. This is his first go around.
Second.
I mean, it's his second year in the
Yeah.
league, but I mean, it's his first time having that confidence going into a playoff on the NFL MVP,
Yeah.
and he fell short.
Yeah, the problem is the Ravens aren't built to come back from behind. They
No,
don't have
they're
a
not.
number one receiver.
I mean, you got to
They
realize
run
the
the ball.
Ravens. The Ravens run I think the most 3 tight end sets in the league.
Yeah, they do.
They're built to run the ball and throw it to the tight end.
That's why Mark Andrews
that's their
had such a
schemes.
breakout year in fantasy football.
Yeah, I mean they had 3 tight ends with 40 catches. I think Hayden Hurst got to 40 catches.
Nick Boyle as well.
And I think Nick Boyle also
Yep.
had at least 30, 40 catches.
Yeah, I mean the Ravens, they're not built like they need to find Lamar at least 2 more weapons. I love Hollywood Brown, but he's not a
Hollywood
one.
Brown coming in next year is
He's
gonna
not
be,
he's not a
he's
one.
going to be a flashy. He reminds me a little bit of like a
Reminds me of Tyreek Hill a little bit, the big play guy.
like a big play guy, but spotty too. You know, he's not always going to be there for you, but he's
Kinda like a
he's
John
gonna get
Brown,
you big
actually,
plays.
from
Like
what
a
we were
John
talking about
Brown or like
earlier.
a Stephon Diggs.
Ooh, Stephon Diggs is the most crispiest route runner in the league. Yeah, I said it, crispiest. Let's see. We went over the Titans game here. Chiefs down 24-0. There's no need to fear. Patrick Mahomes is here to save the day. Pulls out the Superman.
I mean, that game to
Oh
me
my gosh.
was incredible. That was incredible.
Patrick Mahomes is incredible. I am in awe every time he hits
Patrick
the field.
Mahomes started off that game, and you think about it, they went down 24-0 with him only having, 2 bad series?
Yeah, well, I
And
mean, it wasn't
even his fault.
Everyone was dropping everything.
Dropping passes. Drop passes. I mean, even Travis Kelce.
Yeah, I mean, Kelsey made up for it.
Yeah.
He had 3 touchdowns.
He definitely did make up for it in the day. But, I mean, early on, when they went down, Kelce had a big drop on 3rd down. But if you look at Mahomes, he's going to be the guy that's the next Brady. He's going to be the guy that's always there.
Yeah, I mean,
He's
I feel
got that
like
ability.
this
to just
is the
take over
Chiefs'
a
turn
game.
now. You know, it's almost like Brady and the Patriots handed the key off to the Chiefs now. Like, Chiefs are going to be there almost every single year. Mahomes is going to sign the biggest contract in NFL history. He might get $45 million a year. I saw this meme of who's that guy from Family Guy? Peter. Yeah, it was some kind of meme where it says, "This is a name with my check on it. Please put whatever number you want, and I will pay it." Like that's Chiefs after that game. Chiefs owner. That's the Chiefs general manager Leach. Just go ahead.
Yeah. And
whatever
just to
you
say,
want.
I think that everyone can also be in agreement. I mean, Deshaun Watson threw for over 300 yards.
Yeah, he wasn't the problem.
He threw 3
Bill
touchdowns.
O'Brien just can't win
and he
the
had
big game.
0 turnovers.
Yeah.
And he lost a playoff game. First quarterback ever to do it. You know
Yeah.
what that is? That's bad coaching.
Bill O'Brien's a horrible coach.
Bill O'Brien.
They're not going to win a Super Bowl with them.
Bill O'Brien should have been fired before we recorded this podcast.
Yes. But the problem is he's also the GM as well, and they traded everything.
Yeah.
They were all in
They
this
bought
year.
all in on this year.
So it's like, even if you do fire him, who's gonna want to take over?
The pick they ended up trading for Duke Johnson, they barely even got involved
Third round,
and turned out to be a third-round pick.
Yeah, from the Browns.
To the Browns.
Yep. And then you have then you traded a first and second for like back-to-back years for your left tackle of the future, and he's not even guaranteed to re-sign with you. I assume he is. If not, they'll just franchise him.
He hasn't been healthy either.
No.
Nor has he been all that good.
You know what?
He had a bunch of false start penalties this year.
He led the league.
Yeah, talking about Laramie Tunsil.
Yeah, Laramie Tunsil led the league in, I believe, false starts or just penalties in general for offensive linemen. I would say the funniest part about the Texans game, you know what they could have used on defense?
What's that?
If only they had Jadeveon Clowney. If only they had someone with that type of impact, maybe if they use like the number one pick on him,
If only they did have a guy like Jadeveon Clowney. But
oh yeah, they did. Oh yeah, I totally forgot. They traded him for like a box of Skittles, right?
Yeah.
Like a third and like two trash players or two okay players.
Well, moving on, just like the Texans are moving out, we got the
49ers absolutely steamrolled the Vikings.
Yeah.
I mean, the 49ers are legit.
Saw that coming.
Yeah. 49ers are legit. I mean, they are unbelievable from top to bottom.
That's how you ideally build a team. You build a team with a great defense, with a strong running game that you can plug and play any running back, and the running back will succeed.
They have three running backs who make a total.
And you have a quarterback who is a game manager but has the ability to do more.
Yeah, like...
I mean, I'm not saying Garoppolo is a game manager, but I'm saying he has the ability to be a game manager.
The way he is in that offense, he's asked. Like, he's not asked to do a lot.
Exactly.
Like, it's like, okay, hey, man, we need you to just keep us in the game, make a few throws here or there.
Don't make mistakes.
And when we need you, a franchise quarterback, he just needs to make 3 to 4 plays a game. That's it.
And if you notice, too, every game that San Francisco lost or was a close game, Garoppolo made mistakes. Garoppolo turned the ball over.
Yeah, even early in the Vikings game when Kendricks picked him off. I mean, the game was just... The Vikings defense did as much as they could. They were down 14-10 at halftime. The Vikings did as much as they could, but the Vikings offensive line, they just couldn't handle Nick Bosa, Dee Ford, DeForest Buckner, Eric Armstead. I mean, that's 4 first-round picks all like one offensive line.
Studs.
John Lynch deserves so much credit. Remember how everyone was just joking and literally laughing at them? They're like, you're hiring a former safety, to take over as GM.
Yep.
Really, and then no one believed in Kyle Shanahan because of the Super Bowl, 28-3.
Nobody believed in the Niners. Nobody bought in.
No, I mean, and Nick Bosa turned the team around. I mean, even you could, in a way, think, okay, well, since Jimmy G went down week 3 last year, we got Nick Bosa because of it. So they got so much better, and adding Richard Sherman was such a key piece. Every championship team needs to add that one piece that kind of completes the offense or defense together. Emmanuel Sanders was the key to the Niners offense.
Yeah.
Sherman, the key to the Niners defense. I mean, if they don't make that move for Sanders at the deadline, they're probably not even in that spot, especially offensively. That opens it up for Deebo Samuel, Raheem Mostert, George. Even if George Kittle's not even having a good game, there's just guys all over the field, and it wasn't even like Kirk Cousins couldn't win a big game. It was just basically
the Niners
they're just a better team.
Yeah, they were just a better team.
And then Packers defeat Seahawks 28-23. Game wasn't nearly as close as the score was.
It wasn't. It really wasn't that close of a game.
Aaron Jones was good.
It never felt close.
No, and then Russell Wilson.
Never felt like Seattle was going to come back.
Russell Wilson's never a quarterback who's going to ever get blown out. Like, it could be 45-0 at halftime. He'll still come back.
I mean,
he'll make it 45-30.
Great. Russell's great. Seahawks are going to be there. Seahawks are going to be
every
good.
year.
They have a great team. Russell
great coach,
Wilson
great front
is
office.
Top 5 quarterback in the league.
Top 3, I think, honestly.
I mean,
there's an argument where he could be in the discussion for Mahomes as the top quarterback in the league. There is a legit argument.
Yeah, and I would hear it. I would listen. I'm not saying I would be willing to say that Russell Wilson is the best quarterback in the league, but I would be willing to listen to the argument.
Yeah, I mean, it's him or Lamar for MVP this year. Mahomes would probably have it again if he didn't get hurt.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we don't really need to talk much about this because that game wasn't very exciting, but there just wasn't much that went into it. It was an ugly game.
It really was.
I thought so. So now let's go to the conference championship, which is probably what most people are familiar with. So we got the Chiefs beating the Titans 35-24. and the 49ers defeat the Packers 37-20. What was your thoughts of the Chiefs-Titans game?
Chiefs-Titans game was just another showing that Patrick Mahomes is the best NFL player on the planet.
I don't even think that was the biggest story of the game. You know, Frank Clark talked so much trash about Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry didn't get the opportunity to be Derrick Henry because Mike Vrabel ran the ball 5 times in the second half.
Yeah, because, you know, Titans, they can't play from behind.
The Titans got away from what they knew, and they can't play like that. That's not Titans football.
They're a 1990s offense, in my opinion. That's what they are. That's hand the rock off to Derrick Henry 30 times, only pass it like 10 times. You know, Tannehill, please do not mess this up.
That's their path to succeed. I mean, they got away from what they knew. And at the end of the day...
Yeah, the problem was that, the whole team runs through Derrick Henry, and if he doesn't get going, you know, Ryan Tannehill is not going to beat Patrick Mahomes in a shootout.
The team goes through Derrick Henry, and when you give Derrick Henry the ball 5 times in the second half, it's not going through Derrick Henry.
Yeah, not a chance. Do you think they sign him long term, or do you think they end up just franchising him? I would franchise him because, you know, running backs.
I think he'll come back, whether he comes back re-signing or he comes back on tag. I think he's going to be a Titan, and I think he's going to be a Titan for the next few years.
Either way, I don't think he's not a Titan.
Yeah.
So I think
he'll be here.
I would franchise him. It's like 1 year, $12 million. That's about. I'm like, I'll take that for 1 more year out of Derrick Henry.
Definitely.
So let's go to probably the biggest surprise, I would say, is 49ers Packers. 49ers up 27-0 before halftime. Aaron Rodgers is not elite anymore. I don't care what anyone says.
The Packers looked like
they don't even belong there.
They looked like they didn't belong there. You're right. They looked like a mediocre team.
They were the worst 13-3 team, I think, in playoff history. Honestly, I don't think they were that good. They had a very easy schedule.
I didn't buy in. I never thought they'd be able to beat any of the elite teams in the NFC.
Yeah, I mean, Rodgers, he doesn't have nearly the amount of weapons that he's had in the past because they had to add to the defense. They had to sign as a Darius Smith, a Preston Smith, and Adrian Amos. Those are 3 key acquisitions, big-time money guys.
Yeah, they are.
And, you know, he's throwing to guys, Anthony Lazard, Geronimo Allison, Jake Kumro. I mean, you're going to compete. That team's going to go into San Francisco. That offense is going to go into San Francisco, and they're going to win. Not a chance.
Not a chance, and that's exactly what happened. San Francisco just ran all
through
over
it 8 times. 8 times. They ran the ball, and the Packers couldn't stop it.
No, they couldn't stop it. It was a Raheem Mostert show. And
4 touchdowns, 196 yards. Can you believe he's been cut from 6 teams?
Yeah, imagine. The Dolphins had Damian Williams and Raheem Mostert
That's crazy.
as their kick returners at one time. Now they're both starting running backs in the Super Bowl. Yeah. And look where the Dolphins had. Dolphins had Ryan Fitzpatrick as their leading rusher this year.
Hey, Ryan Fitzpatrick is a dog.
Congratulations, Dolphins fans.
Yep. But you guys will probably land Tua, so I'm kind of jealous. No, I'm kidding. But, yeah, that game was just not even close. They ran the ball insane amount. I mean, even when the 49ers beat the Vikings, they ran the ball 16 straight times. And Vikings couldn't stop them.
Yeah.
I believe
it's not for the 49ers, it's not a game of hiding the run. It's the fact that we can run better than you.
Yeah, and a lot of credit, I think, obviously goes to Kyle Shanahan, but it goes to Mike McDaniel. That's the coach. They hired him as their run game coordinator.
Wow.
And Mike LaFleur, that's Matt LaFleur's brother from the Packers. Yeah. He's their pass game coordinator. So I feel like the trend in the league now going forward is we're going to look at the guys who their job is specifically to make us run the ball better, pass the ball better. All they got to focus on.
I mean, it's a copycat league, so
it is.
We all know it.
There's going to be so many teams that are going to copy the 49ers. That's just the way the NFL is.
They're going to try.
And then they're going to fail.
They're going to fail.
How many teams failed trying to copy McVay that signed the 35-year-old head coach, could relate to the players? It doesn't, like for the Bengals. It didn't work.
Look what happened this year with the Bengals. There were people that thought the Bengals had a chance of being decent this year.
Yeah, they ended up going 2-14.
The Bengals were horrible. Horrible.
But they're going to get Burrow, so it's okay. if I'm a Bengals fan, I'm like, you know what? We're getting the best quarterback in college football history, so I'll take it. Yeah. And before you go, Jerry, we're about to wrap this up. Just give me your Super Bowl prediction.
Yeah, so I'm going to be honest with you. I do love the 49ers, but I think that Patrick Mahomes is going to jump out early. The 49ers are going to have to play from behind it, and that the Chiefs are going to come out ahead 31-27. Super Bowl champs.
All right. I went 49ers 38-31. And I have Jimmy G has 310 yards, 3 touchdowns. Bosa's got 2 sacks. Mahomes throws 4 touchdowns. But Jimmy G is going to lead him on a game-winning drive with like a minute left. He's going to score a touchdown. Go-ahead touchdown as you got a minute remaining.
Yeah, well, I guess we got to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll see. So again, thank you everyone for listening. And make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And hopefully we will get the website up within the next month or so. And then you guys will be able to read all these new articles, mock drafts, the whole deal. Anything you could imagine will be on there.
Yes, please subscribe, follow us, find us on, I think we have our Twitter already set up. We'll have this.
I'll set that up later today.
All right, we'll have Twitter running later today. We'll have our website up here in the next couple weeks. Keep your eye out. We'll have more content coming for you guys. So we're excited and we're ready to have some fun here.
Yeah, we're ready to roll.
Oh, yeah.
So thank you all for listening again, and thank you so much for listening. Have a nice day.
Tom and Jerry signing out.
Tom and Jerry signing off.